We are here. We are about to finally have our wedding. I cannot help but think about the tireless hours of work you put in. As our relationship, you are my rock, tirelessly guiding our family towards a happy life. You make me strive to be better each and every day. I admire your beauty and love for our family. I am truly blessed to have somebody as strong as you in my life. Over the last few years, our ups and downs have made us stronger and have prepared us for a lifetime of happiness. I'm excited for what's in store for our family, and I am honored to be your husband. Love, your best friend, Stove.
To my groom on our wedding day. Can you believe this day is finally here? Who would have thought a pandemic would shut down our original wedding plans and delay our celebration? I love that we share a special memory by getting married anyways. I'm also thankful for the 2 anniversaries we'll get to celebrate now. There hasn't been a day where you haven't made me laugh. Every day with you brings a new special adventure. Can't wait to continue to make more memories together for the rest of our lives. All of our memories we have had together these last 5 years, I know this will be the best day of them all. I can't wait to see you this afternoon, surrounded by all of our family and friends. Let's do this thing again. Love you forever, Emily.
For those of you that don't know, Stephen and Emily's first face-to-face meeting at Mr. Goodbar wasn't exactly what you call a hit. Although Stephen, recognizing that Emily is an amazing woman, tried using all of his best lines to convince her that he was an amazing guy. But Emily wasn't what you'd call impressed by these unoriginal lines. However, as time went on, Emily, being the intelligent and insightful person that she is, came to see that behind the corny lines was an interesting and amazing man, and that this was a relationship worth pursuing. And so here we are today witnessing the renewal of their commitment to each other. Are you doing the rings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean, do you have them? Okay.
So you wanted the stories. Do you want to? Yeah.
I got a new one.
Okay, Stephen, it's going to be a little long, so.
Oh.
As you place the ring on Emily's finger, please repeat after me. You will continue to be my best friend and one true love.
You will continue to be my best friend and one true love.
I promise to encourage you.
I promise to encourage you.
And inspire you.
And inspire you.
To love you through good times and bad.
To love you through good times and bad.
I will forever be there to laugh with you.
I will forever be there to laugh at you.
No, with you.
With you? That too. Sorry.
That's too. That's okay.
That
too. To lift you up when you are down.
To lift you up when you are down.
And to love you unconditionally.
To love you unconditionally.
Through all of our adventures in life.
Through all of our adventures in life.
Okay. I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring for a symbol of my love.
As it encircles your finger.
As it encircles your finger.
May it remind you always.
May it remind you always.
That you are surrounded by my enduring love.
That you are surrounded by my enduring love.
Okay, Emily, would you like to put the ring on Stephen's finger? And please repeat after me. You will continue to be my best friend and one true love.
You will continue to be my best friend and one true love.
I promise to encourage you.
I promise to encourage you.
And inspire you.
And inspire you.
To love you through good times and bad.
To love you through good times and bad.
I will forever be there to laugh with you.
I will be forever there to laugh with you.
To lift you up when you are down.
To lift you up when you are down.
And to love you unconditionally.
And to love you unconditionally.
Through all of our your adventures in life.
Through all of our adventures in life.
Okay. Also, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
as it encircles your finger.
As it encircles your finger,
May it remind you always
may it remind you always
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
Stephen and Emily, may your married life continue to be filled with the right ingredients: trust, humor, passion, romance, understanding, and love. You may now kiss your bride. Mr. and Mrs. Stephen.
Good job.
For those that don't know me, my name is John. I am Steve's youngest brother, and I have the honor of being a co-best man alongside my other brother, Sean, tonight. Before I start, thank you. Before I start, a lot of work came into getting this all together, and I want to thank a few people. A lot of people went through. A few names include my parents, my mom and dad, Emily's mom and dad, her brother Dan, and I think most importantly, Emily's Uncle Rex and Aunt Karen. I want to thank you guys for letting us in your home. It's absolutely perfect. I know it came with a lot of stress and sleepless nights, but we're finally here. We could finally celebrate. So I want to raise a toast to you guys first and foremost, if we could. To Karen and Rex. So there's a lot that I could say about Emily. I met her around 4 or 5 years ago, and you just kind of knew right away that she was someone that was going to stick around and you wanted to be around her. She truly is one of the most genuine and kind people I've ever met in my entire life. And, I'm proud for her to be in my life, and I couldn't ask for a better person to marry my brother. So for those that don't know, probably the last 2 or 3 years, Emily and Steve would come over every single Sunday. And they would come over and we would have Good Guys Pizza, generously funded by my father, every single Sunday. With French fries from Emily's request. And we kind of made a tradition and called it Pizza Sunday. And it was literally almost every single Sunday that they'd come over and we'd hang out, and I'd force Emily to play Clue or Mancala with me every single week, and she would. Emily, we absolutely love you. Welcome to the family. But I think it's pretty obvious you've been part of this family a lot longer than just today. So when I was in 5th grade, I had to do a project, and the project was I had to write about who I looked up to in life and who was a mentor towards me. And believe it or not, I chose my brother Steve. And just thinking about that, just growing up, Steve's always been there for me. Whether I looked up to him in sports or just growing up in general or learning things to not do because it's going to piss your parents off. Steve taught me that thing. So, Steve, I love you. You've always been there for me, and I've always appreciated that, and it goes a lot longer than you thought. One of the things that I've seen in Steve over the past few years is his growth as a person. And I think a big part of that is him meeting Emily. I think Emily makes him a better person, as well as him finding his passion in coaching. Steve coaches football, and you could tell it's just one of his true, just natural abilities and something he's good at and he loves to do. Seeing the way that he talks to his players and how his kids respect him, a lot like how I looked up to him, same as how his players did. It really is special to see. I'm looking forward to that natural ability for Steve and talent to translate into fatherhood, hopefully, for him one day. So I love you guys. So cheers to tonight. Many happy years and a lifetime of pizza Sundays.
For those who don't know, I'm Sean. I'm Steve's younger brother. And I just wanted to first say, between all the rescheduling and uncertainty with COVID, I'm happy that we're finally here today to celebrate Steve and Emily. There you go. And I'm also excited to see everyone here that made it out today. I missed everybody a lot, and I'm excited that the family's back together and we can finally be together and celebrate. Next, I want to say that, Emily, you look absolutely beautiful today. Steve, you look okay. When I first met Emily, she really fit in with the family right away. She's outgoing. She has that bubbly personality. She's also, I learned early on that she's not afraid to voice her opinion. she's not afraid to tell my dad that he should order an extra side of fries for pizza Sunday.
And we're not sharing.
No sharing allowed with the steak fries. Emily, she also likes to have a lot of fun. As long as that fun is over by 8 o'clock, so she can be in bed by 8:30. That first summer, Steve and Emily were dating. Emily would come over, and the three of us, we'd sit downstairs, and we'd watch 6 to 7 hours of The Sopranos.
And my brain would turn to mush.
Hey, I'm getting there. Hang on. Me and Steve, we'd be downstairs. We'd be laughing at nonsense and telling the same stupid jokes we always tell. And poor Emily, she would tell us her brain was turning into mush. But she stuck around, and she kept coming back every weekend anyways. And we finished The Sopranos in record time.
With me sleeping 90% of the time.
You didn't sleep that much. So a few weeks ago, I was working, actually, and I had an alarm call at a gym in Amherst. And as I was finishing up, I looked out in the parking lot, and Emily was in the parking lot in her car. And it dawned on me that she worked out there. So I turned back at the trainer. I said, "Hey, Emily Ricotta works here or works out here?" And they said, "Yes." And I awkwardly turned around. Well, first I said, "Well, she's my sister-in-law." And then I awkwardly turned around and just left. And I went out and I reassured Emily that everything was okay at her gym. But Emily, I think that was... I know. I see Emily more at work than anybody else. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but I realized, Emily, that was the first time I ever said that to somebody, that you were my sister-in-law, and I realized how happy it made me. And I couldn't have chosen anyone better for Steve. Now there's Steve. Growing up, we were always close. We still are. Growing up, I would say Steve was your typical older brother. He would slap me in the head every day, and it really hurt. And I would say, "Why are you always slapping me in the head?"
He does that to me. He sucks in his cheek.
And yes. Well, I'm glad it's you now, not me. And I would say, "Why do you always slap me in the head?" He goes, "Well, it makes my hand really feel good." Well, Steve, I'm glad I could make your hand feel so good over all those years. Back when we lived in Kenmore, me and Steve's hangout spot was our basement, where we were left totally unsupervised. We had hours to decide if we wanted to play with G.I. Joes, watch Celebrity Deathmatch, which was not a children's show, or play with my dad's power tools. Me and Steve, we became men in that basement. Because only real men would put their rollerblades on, jump on the treadmill, turn it up to full blast, and hang on for dear life. And only real men would throw billiard balls down the sump pump and not tell our parents about it. Then we moved and we kind of straightened up our act, probably because our new house didn't have a basement. I think of all the times in that basement, all the structural damage we did, and I think that's the reason we remain so close to this day. Throughout high school and college, me and Steve, I never felt like he saw me as his little brother. He always let me tag along. Not many older brothers would let that happen. I lost my spot. But I have to say, Steve, some of the best times of my life were because you let me come along with you. I think of the time when you, me, and Gio, we spent the weekend at Sean Littlejohn's house with no furniture. We just hung out, shared old stories, and laughed for 2 days straight. Oh, we're good. I got it. Steve, he always took ownership of the older brother role. He's a protector, first and foremost, with the family at the top of his list. He's always there to make sure me and John are okay with any issues we had, big or small. And he was always there if we needed anything. I'll also say about Steve is how much I admire his passion. Everything he does, he always gives 100%. Your work ethic and your drive has always given me something to look up to. Steve, I'm honored to be here, standing up here with you today on your big day, and I'm proud to be your brother. And I'd like everybody to raise their glasses, and I'd like to toast to Emily and Steve to a lifetime of health and happiness. We love you guys. Cheers.
For those who don't know me, I'm Steve's Aunt Judy. I'd like to start by saying what an immense joy it is for our family to welcome Emily. Steve, excellent choice. Thank you. I won't be long. I just have a few pages. Not really. But I want to quote a poem from 1927 from T.S. Eliot, The Journey of the Magi, which begins with these words. A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year for a journey, and such a long journey. End of quote. Doesn't that kind of describe the journey to this day? The disappointments, the tears along the way. But now that we're finally here all together, it has only increased the admiration for Steve and Emily's amazing courage and the overflowing joy in our hearts today to be here together at this celebration. Today we would like to remember in a special way our loved ones who are not able to be with us. And so let us bow our heads in prayer. Loving God, we thank you for this food we share in celebration of Steve and Emily's wedding. We thank you for the love, guidance, and support of their parents, family, and friends. We thank you for this glorious sunny day and ask you to bless those who have worked so hard to make this day so special for this beautiful couple. We ask you, God, to bless Steve and Emily. May their love be firm. And when today's celebration comes to a close, may their dream of life together be lived simply and humbly, always sustained by your loving care and guidance. Amen.
Everybody needs to pick me up, and you can count on me. Yeah, you can count on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the happy couple.